Ever wondered why some YouTube videos go viral while others barely get noticed? It's not just luck. There's a method to the madness. Let's dive into the secrets of the YouTube algorithm and how you can make it work for you. First things first, keywords. Keywords, the unsung heroes of the digital world. You know, those little words and phrases that we sprinkle like magic dust to summon the almighty search engine gods? But here's the kicker. They're not just for search engines, they're for people too. Imagine keywords as the breadcrumbs you leave in the vast, dark forest of the internet, guiding viewers to your content. Let's break this down. Picture you're an archaeologist, but instead of digging up ancient relics, you're excavating the digital landscape for the perfect keywords. This isn't just any dig site, it's a potential gold mine. The YouTube algorithm heavily favors videos with well-researched keywords, much like how a publisher loves a well-researched book. So, how do you find these golden nuggets? Start with the basics. Think about what your video is about. If your video is a tutorial on how to make the perfect lasagna, you might start with obvious keywords like lasagna recipe or how to make lasagna. But don't stop there. Think like a viewer. What other questions might they have? Perhaps best lasagna recipe, easy lasagna for beginners, or even vegetarian lasagna with ricotta cheese. Each of these is a potential keyword that can help guide hungry viewers to your culinary masterpiece. But how do you know which keywords are the best? Enter keyword research tools. These tools are like your Indiana Jones whip, helping you navigate the treacherous terrain of keyword selection. Tools like Google Keyword Planner, Ahrefs, or TubeBuddy can show you how often certain keywords are searched and how competitive they are. This is crucial because you don't want to waste your efforts on keywords no one is searching for, nor do you want to dive headfirst into a saturated market where your video could easily get buried. Once you've gathered your keywords, it's time to weave them into your content. But remember, subtlety is key. You want to sprinkle these keywords naturally throughout your title, description, and tags, rather than stuffing them in like an overzealous turkey on Thanksgiving. For instance, instead of titling your video, Lasagna Recipe Easy Best Lasagna Recipe How to Make Lasagna, opt for something more engaging and readable like How to Make the Best Easy Lasagna, Delicious and Simple Recipe. Your video description is another prime real estate for keywords. Think of it as the back cover of a book. It should give viewers a good idea of what to expect, and it should entice them to click. A well-crafted description might read, in this video, learn how to make the best easy lasagna ever. Perfect for beginners. This recipe is simple, delicious, and sure to impress. Follow along for step-by-step instructions and tips on creating the perfect lasagna with ricotta cheese. Tags are the final piece of the puzzle. These are like the index at the back of a book, helping YouTube categorize your video. Include a mix of broad and specific tags. Lasagna, easy lasagna recipe, vegetarian lasagna, how to make lasagna, and so on. This helps YouTube understand the context of your video and match it with potential viewers' searches. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds like a lot of work just for some words. And you're right. It is. But these aren't just any words. They're the bridge connecting you to your audience. Without them, your content could get lost in the vast sea of videos. Imagine spending hours, even days, crafting the perfect lasagna recipe video, only for it to languish in obscurity because no one can find it. Keywords are your ticket out of the shadows and into the spotlight. But wait, there's more. Keywords don't just help with searchability, they also help with discoverability. YouTube's algorithm loves to match videos with viewers who have shown interest in similar content. By using relevant keywords, you increase the chances of your video being recommended alongside popular videos in your niche. This means more eyeballs on your content and more opportunities for engagement. Speaking of engagement, let's not forget about the human element. Keywords are not just for algorithms, they're for people. Craft your titles and descriptions in a way that resonates with viewers. Use keywords to address their needs, answer their questions, and pique their curiosity. Remember, you're not just creating content, you're creating an experience. Make it a memorable one. So, the next time you sit down to plan your YouTube video, don't just wing it. Take the time to research and choose your keywords wisely. They are the foundation upon which your video's success is built. And who knows? With the right keywords, your lasagna recipe might just become the next viral sensation. Next up, thumbnails. A compelling thumbnail can make or break your video's success. The algorithm loves high click-through rates, so invest time in creating eye-catching, informative thumbnails that entice viewers to click. Ah, thumbnails. Those tiny but mighty images that have the power to make viewers stop in their tracks and say, that looks interesting. In the grand scheme of YouTube, thumbnails are like the cover of a book. Despite the age-old saying, "Don't judge a book by its cover," we all know that an intriguing cover is hard to resist. Thumbnails are no different. They are the first impression of your video, and as they say, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Imagine you're walking through a bustling marketplace. Stalls upon stalls line the streets, each vendor vying for your attention. Amidst the noise and chaos, what makes you stop and take a closer look? Is it the vendor shouting the loudest? Probably not. It's more likely the stall that has the most eye-catching display, the one that stands out with its vibrant colors and interesting arrangement. That's exactly what a good thumbnail does for your video in the crowded marketplace of YouTube. So, what makes a good thumbnail? Let's break it down. First and foremost, it needs to be visually striking. Think bold colors, clear images, and dynamic compositions. The human eye is naturally drawn to bright, contrasting colors. A thumbnail with a vibrant background and a clear, high-quality image will catch the eye more effectively than a dull, cluttered one. Next, consider the image itself. It should be directly related to your video's content and, ideally, tell a story at a glance. If your video is about making lasagna, a thumbnail showing a beautifully baked lasagna with gooey cheese and perfectly layered noodles will make viewers' mouths water. Add a human element, a smiling face enjoying a bite of that lasagna, and you've tapped into the emotional appeal. People are drawn to faces, especially ones that convey emotions. A smiling face suggests joy and satisfaction, emotions that viewers would like to experience themselves. Text on thumbnails is another powerful tool, but it needs to be used wisely. A few well-chosen words can provide context and entice viewers to click. Think of it as a headline for your video. However, keep it short and sweet, 4 to 5 words max, and make sure the text is large enough to be readable even on small screens. Words like best, easy, how-to, or secret are attention grabbers. For our lasagna video, something like best lasagna recipe ever or easy 5-step lasagna could do the trick. But don't just take our word for it, test it out. YouTube offers the ability to experiment with different thumbnails. This is known as A/B testing, and it's a fantastic way to see what works best for your audience. Create a couple of different thumbnails for the same video and see which one gets more clicks. This data-driven approach helps you refine your strategy over time, ensuring you're always putting your best foot forward. Now, let's talk about consistency. If you look at successful YouTube channels, you'll notice a common theme. Their thumbnails are consistent in style. This isn't just a coincidence. A consistent style helps build your brand and makes your videos easily recognizable to your audience. Whether it's a particular color scheme, font, or layout, maintaining a consistent look across your thumbnails creates a cohesive and professional appearance. And here's a pro tip. Consider your thumbnail during the filming process. Capture specific shots with the thumbnail in mind. This ensures you have high-quality, relevant images to work with when it comes time to create the thumbnail. It might be an extra step, but it pays off in the long run. But what about when your video content is more abstract or conceptual? For instance, a video essay on the cultural impact of lasagna in cinema. Yes, it could be a thing. In such cases, use visuals that evoke curiosity and emotion. Perhaps a dramatic close-up of a classic lasagna scene from a popular movie, with a splash of text like lasagna on the big screen, a cultural phenomenon. Humor can also be a great asset in thumbnails. If your channel's tone is lighthearted or comedic, let that shine through. A thumbnail that makes people smile or laugh is more likely to get clicks. Imagine a lasagna tutorial thumbnail with a chef in a superhero costume wielding a spatula like a sword, with text saying, "Superhero lasagna, saving dinner one layer at a time." And let's not forget about authenticity. In an era where viewers are increasingly skeptical of clickbait and overly polished content, authenticity can set you apart. Show the real you, imperfections and all. A behind-the-scenes shot of you in your kitchen, perhaps with a bit of flour on your face and a big genuine smile, can be more compelling than a perfectly staged photo. It says, "Hey, I'm just like you, and we're going to make this awesome lasagna together." So, you've got the visual elements down. Now, how do you actually create these thumbnails? You don't need to be a graphic design wizard. Tools like Canva, Adobe Spark, and even Photoshop offer user-friendly templates specifically for YouTube thumbnails. These tools make it easy to create professional-looking thumbnails with minimal effort. They offer a range of customizable templates where you can simply drag and drop your images, add text, and tweak the colors to your liking. Remember, your thumbnail is often the first interaction a viewer has with your video. It's your chance to make a strong impression and convince them to click. Think of it as a miniature billboard for your content. The more appealing and relevant your thumbnail, the higher your click-through rate will be. And the YouTube algorithm loves high click-through rates, rewarding your video with more visibility. In conclusion, don't underestimate the power of a good thumbnail. It's a small image with a big job. Put thought and effort into it, and you'll see the rewards in the form of increased views and engagement. So next time you're ready to upload a video, don't just slap any old image on there. Craft your thumbnail with care, and watch as viewers flock to your content like hungry guests to a lasagna feast.